The report says the government severely misjudged what would be required to stabilise and rebuild Iraq after the war. And the MPs made a stinging accusation against defence stocks were kept low to make savings.
The tactic now is to be mobile and unpredictable. Heavily armed troops using helicopters to hunt for suspect vehicles. The idea being to set up lightning checkpoints without turning themselves into sitting ducks for suicide bombers. So they sweep low over desert roads that originate in the Fallujah area, landing at random and planting warning signs, telling motorists to stop well away from the soldiers. This family had come from Fallujah, saying they're just fleeing the mayhem.
Fallujah, danger city. Yeah, danger city. Yeah. Bad man.
The explanation satisfies the Black Watch soldiers.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir.
I'm sorry.
Sir.
Okay.
In the distance, a car turns around at the sight of the troops, fueling suspicion. The helicopter gives chase, blocking the road. When the soldiers arrive, the driver says he's a trader from Karbala to the south, that he turned around because he was afraid of the soldiers. The Black Watch has all but abandoned the sort of conventional vehicle checks it used in the south. As the Americans have found, it's just too risky here. Warrior armoured fighting vehicles also being used to block roads and disrupt traffic. It's hard to judge just how effective all this is. They've yet to apprehend a single insurgent, though commanders insist it is a deterrent. While our cameraman was with them, the helicopter was diverted in support of an operation along the banks of the Euphrates. A flatbed truck had been spotted, a possible launch pad for mortars. Soldiers fan out near the lush riverbank, along which sit large houses owned by former regime loyalists. Not many hearts and minds to be won here. They raid one house where a startled extended family had gathered to celebrate the end of Ramadan. They're asked to come out and sit in the garden while the house is searched. Next come the men. Why is this happening? Asked one. There's a baby here. The men are frisked and questioned. A shotgun confiscated, but returned after its owner says he needs it because of thieves. The reason for choosing this house lies in the yard outside, piles of pipes that might be used as makeshift rocket launchers. But not here. The soldiers soon accept they've raided a scrap metal dealer. Across the river, the East Bank, is where a suicide bomb killed 3 soldiers and their interpreter 10 days ago. It's also where the Black Watch battle group has its new forward operating base, Springfield, among the bombed-out derelict buildings of a former arms factory, where one soldier reflected on the dilemma they now face.
You've got to look at every vehicle as if it could be a threat, but you've also got to think that these are civilians and you're here to protect them as well, so it's a very difficult situation.
The base is in the massive Al-Qaqa complex, where more than 350 tons of munitions and explosives were looted from the hill-like bunkers under the nose of the Americans after the end of the war. One commander says the insurgents have an almost unlimited access to munitions and the skill to use them.
We were engaged by an RPG to our rear, so no casualties or spot. My vehicle has just took a direct hit off an RPG, over. Roger, okay, reverse out of that.
That clash, which unfolded in the area during our visit, came after soldiers approached a vehicle checkpoint set up by the insurgents. There were no casualties, but they did seize a number of weapons after the insurgents fled from the checkpoint, one of several they've set up in recent days in defiance of the British. Springfield is at the sharp end of the Black Watch operation, as the men here are only too aware.
It's a personal victory, cigar. Personal victory, I'm still here.
So you got a bigger one, have you, for when the tour finally finishes?
Yeah, it was about a foot long.
Nearby they found a small mosque, used, they say, by insurgents for executing those they accuse of collaboration. 2 bodies were also found. They say a total of 16 bodies have been found in the area, some with placards round their necks.
The Black Watch battle group is now stepping up the tempo of operations. That is, in part because the insurgents are now more active, trying to divert attention away from Fallujah and prove their prowess elsewhere in the country. Ian Williams, Channel 4 News, Camp Dogwood.
This is the third report since the war looking at supply problems in Iraq. The government said the report revealed little that was new.